All right, so I might be able to do most of Activity 8's videos together, except I've already done one for the discussion and I've already done one for the lab before doing the overview. So let's look. You've got your tour journal, which I've opened up here. You've got notes pages. It's the same file here. You've got a discussion and you've got a lab. So Activity 8 is pretty heavy. So the notes, complete notes pages, digestive system structure and function. And so you're going to do two parts. Oops, let's look here. It's easier to show. You're going to do two parts. One is about the digestive system, so the parts. So for example, the stomach, and then function is another word for job in this case. So what's its purpose? What's its job? And then there's notes on active and passive transport, but I've already put those in for you guys. So you'll go through these activities in the content area, which it's really important to understand. However, I've kind of summarized the main parts here. So you can either look at them on here or you can look at them in the content area, but you do have to let me just think. I haven't done this in a bit. Add more notes. Oh, yeah. Okay. So if you need more notes about any of these pieces, you can add them here. But I've clipped in the slides that I think are the most important to understanding those processes. So make sure you kind of have an understanding of this. In terms of the digestive system structure and function, you're just labeling in the content area. Oops. Yeah, so put the most important parts. You should just be able to, when you label it, there's like a drag and drop activity here. Just take a screenshot and throw it beside. If there's other slides that you think are important that are labeled, I would just insert a slide and put them in. So when you get to this part, the part of the digestive system, so you're going to say something like the small intestine, and then describe things like the shape, the size, the length, the color, location, and then what does it do in terms of digestion. So that'll be all through the content area. Keep in mind, this whole part is for your own notes. It is important, but it is not being assessed. So if you're prioritizing, you might want to do the other pieces and then come back and focus here. But it's totally up to you if you like to do things in order. The discussion is kind of it's a good one. So these directions will be over on the discussion board as well. And I'll make sure that the how-to video, there's one over here already made. So I'll put that over on the discussion board too, and you can get it there. So what is it you are looking at? Should trans fats be banned? There are some specific prompts. Keep in mind your rubric will specifically address those prompts. So make sure that you follow those things. I don't need to say it because what I've seen so far, but I will. Just remember online, sometimes the way that people interpret what you say can be different than if they saw you face to face and had all the visual cues and all of those things. So really watch your language and your tone in your writing. The nutrient lab. So this is going to take you a little bit of time. There is an instructional video here that's really good. There's information on how to log into, I would use this. Sorry, I'm going to flip it over. I do this all in the video too, so I'm kind of going to be a bit repetitive here. But there's lots of information on how to do things and a specific video to it. So that will be dropped into the assignment area. So in terms of lesson 8, you will have 3 things that will be assessed. 1, your tour journal, which sits as part of your culminating activity. 2 will be your participation in the discussion. Keeping in mind, don't stress too much if your post is similar to somebody else's. You have to post before they do, so it's not a big deal if there's repetition because you didn't get to see each other's before you posted. And then finally, the lab. and then throw your tour journal where it goes. So that's what lesson or activity 8 looks like. If it was me, I would probably focus on going through the content once. I would work on the discussion, then I would work on the identifying nutrients lab, and then I would go back and invest my time here. So think about how you're structuring your time, because we are going to start to move pretty quick through activities.